awe helps us shift from survival mode into connection mode. And for those of us who work in healthcare and have tiny humans we're taking care of and have loved ones who matter, it's not just nice, it's necessary. Welcome to The PA is In, the show created by PAs for PAs, where codependency with your supervising physician is a thing of the past, optimal team practice is the future, and physician associate has taken the place of physician assistant as the professional title of choice. I'm Tracy Bingaman, and I'm obsessed with redefining what success as a PA looks like and what it feels like. Here you'll find the mindset shifts, systems, and processes I use to escape healthcare burnout and integrate my work into my life. Work-life balance is a myth, and an integrated life where you thrive professionally, not a balancing act, is the goal here. My mission is to help you to grow into a unicorn PA who loves their job, has abundant energy, time to spare, and work-optional financial freedom. The PA is in. Welcome back to The PA is In. I'm your host, Tracy Bingaman, PAC, clinician, career coach, recovering burned out human being, and your guide for creating a career and a life that you don't need to escape from. Every Thanksgiving, I like to take a pause and bring you something reflective, a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to give thanks. And this year, I want to talk about awe. The kind of awe that stops you in your tracks and helps you feel grounded, grateful, and alive. But you can only experience that awe if you're on the lookout for it. So I want to tell you about a morning in my life. That morning started out like so many others at our house. Busy, loud, slightly chaotic, and full of love. There were papers to sign, snacks to pack, lunches to check, and a flurry of backpacks, water bottles, and permission slips flying across the kitchen counter. Someone needed a moment with mommy to read a book. Another couldn't find their shoes. Actually, shoe, as we knew the location of one of the pair of shoes in question. And in between zipping bags and packing snacks, I was fielding questions and doling out hugs. When the final door closed behind the kiddos, echoes in my mind of what I tell my kids every morning as they head out the door for school: be kind and learn a lot in the air. The house got quiet. And I did what I often do. I made myself a cup of tea and took a moment for myself before launching into my workday. The tea that day was apple cinnamon, the kind that smells like and somehow also manages to taste like fall. I sat in the living room, my warm mug in my hands, and for the first time that morning, I exhaled all the way. The tea was sweet, but it had that little jolt of cinnamon, comforting and sharp all at once. I looked out our big picture window into the backyard, and the light caught the trees outside, reds and golds glowing in the soft morning sun. A gentle breeze lifted the leaves, and they began to drift down, almost like they were taking turns, one after another, slow and sure, like they had been waiting for that moment to let go. And in that moment, sitting there with my warm mug and the leaves falling like confetti outside the window, I felt awe. Awe at the beauty of the season, at the way things change and continue to grow and live alongside their dying. Awe at how these trees and my kids and my career and even I myself have grown and evolved. And I realized something. I could notice this moment because I had created the space to notice it. It wasn't luck. It was the result of years of intentional and active recovery from burnout, of reshaping my work as a clinician to fit into my life, not the other way around, of slowing down, setting boundaries, and giving myself permission to be here in this exact moment with that exact cup of tea. That feeling, that quiet, expansive stillness, is something that the authors of the book, The Power of Awe, describe so beautifully. They teach a simple practice called the A method, short for attention, wait, and exhale. It's a way to pause and be intentional about taking in what's around you. So, with attention, you focus on something specific, beautiful, or moving, and then you wait. This is the hardest part. And let yourself really experience it just for a beat longer than usual. And then you exhale, breathe out, and allow that feeling of awe to settle in. Awe isn't just emotional, it's physiological. In 2018, researchers at the University of California, Berkeley found that experiencing awe can reduce inflammation markers in the body and lower levels of cytokines associated with chronic stress. Even brief moments of awe, like standing under a starry sky, hearing a powerful or moving piece of music, or watching autumn leaves fall, activate the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting calm and well being. In other words, awe helps us shift from survival mode into connection mode. And for those of us who work in healthcare and have tiny humans we're taking care of and have loved ones who matter, it's not just nice, it's necessary. Awe often leads us right into gratitude. When we're moved by something that's bigger than ourselves, we naturally start to feel thankful, not just for the big, obvious things, but for the quiet, ordinary moments too. Gratitude has its own incredible science behind it. A 2017 study at the University of Southern California, wow, they're really into gratitude in California, huh? The study at USC using functional MRI, participants who practiced regular gratitude showed an increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that's linked to learning, decision making, and even emotional regulation. Essentially, gratitude changes the way that our brains work. It rewires our neural pathways toward empathy, peace, and resilience. And when gratitude becomes a habit, it begins to buffer us from burnout. We don't just feel happier when we're practicing gratitude, we actually process stress differently. Our brains start to recognize joy and possibility faster than fear or frustration. Have you ever wondered if your malpractice policy is providing you with enough coverage? Turns out that employers' policies protect their interests and not necessarily yours. CM&F Group offers personal liability protection that adapts to your growing, changing responsibilities, including state compacts and allowing for protection for practicing medicine across state lines. From telemedicine to license and HIPAA defense, if it's something that you need protection for, CM&F has you covered. PA students can even enjoy a completely free student policy from your first day as a student until you become a licensed PAC. In a climate where we are hyper aware of charting wording, covering ourselves, and constantly worried about practicing defensive medicine, you can't leave your liability coverage up to chance. Enjoy the peace of mind, exceptional customer service, and find the best comprehensive coverage that fits your practice at www.cmfgroup.com/thepaisin or click the link in the show notes. So as you move through this Thanksgiving, whether your table is full and loud or quiet and calm, whether you happen to be one of the people who are working in clinic or in the hospital today, I want to invite you to pause. Take one small sacred moment for awe. Look up at the sky. Open your car window. Notice the color of the leaves or the sound of laughter around you. Hold your cup of tea, your coffee, your stethoscope, the steering wheel, your child or your patient's hand, whatever is in front of you, and just be there. Let yourself feel the warmth, experience the moment, wait, and then exhale. That's awe. And that awe, if you let it, will open the door to gratitude. Before I wrap up, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for being here, for listening, for supporting the PA is in, and for showing up every day in healthcare, even when it's hard. You are the reason this community exists. You are the heartbeat and the intention behind every episode. So, from my home to yours, from my warm cup of tea to yours, thank you. May you experience awe this season. May you find gratitude in the smallest, sweetest moments. And may you continue to create space for the life and the work that truly fits you, knowing that just like autumn, sometimes that is a season of something dying before something else can be reborn. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. I will see you next week. That's all for today. This PA is out. Congratulations, you've just joined an awesome club. By listening to a full episode of The PA is In, you are officially on the Unicorn PA team. Welcome aboard. What most team members do is they subscribe to the podcast because that allows them to automatically get the latest episode of the show. The life of your dreams exists on the other side of taking action. Keep making small shifts and keep getting better. Your life will improve, your career will soar, and you will have the confidence you need to create your own success. I will see you in the next episode. This PA is out.